How's it going, Mr. William?
Oh, it's going fine. Glad to be able to sit here with you and talk about this project.
If you can introduce yourself, that would be incredible.
Well, my name's William. Came to Houston after I graduated A&M and been here 44 years and lived on all sides of town. And just noticed that electricity prices just keep going up. Every time I turn around, it's like center points adding fees, and the price of electricity just keeps going up.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for deals.
What was y'all's energy situation? I guess currently is, if you can describe that.
Well, probably have to change companies every time my contract ends because they just want to raise it, and so I have to go find a new deal somewhere else, and it was getting old. And then during the last administration, I knew that price of gas was going to be going up, and I had to look for, well, I guess I got a 2 or 3 year contract, but and then at the end of that, instead of getting cheaper, it got more expensive again.
Yeah.
So I try to figure out what to do. So I was looking into buying my own solar panels and stuff. But so I started pricing out the cost of buying solar panels and batteries, and even paying cash with a full 30% tax benefit. I still figured out that it was going to cost take 11 years to do a payback on there. So I'm 69. That would put me at 80. So I don't know that I would actually ever get all my money back. And then I was looking through. Well, I'm always looking through Facebook for stuff, and I kept seeing this 12-cent electricity, and I'm going, that's just clickbait. It can't be something real. And so I keep going, and then I'd see it, and finally I said, okay, I'm going to look at it. And I looked at it, and I didn't really understand what it was. And I watched a sales video. The guy was very informative and explained everything that was going on. I'm going, okay, so these guys need houses to put their batteries and solar panels on, and I get cheap electricity and 24/7 battery backup. I'm going, well, that's a better deal than buying my own stuff. So we got started. Had the salesperson come over and convinced me about all the benefits, and we're here now.
So you talk about you saw all this information online and then you decided to click on it, because a lot of folks may see some of that info and they may assume that, that's too good to be true. Like, how can we pay nothing up front and get lower electricity? From your understanding, how would you explain how everything works to someone who has that belief still?
All right. Well, guess Elon Musk convinced the Texas power controllers, whatever, or those guys that control the grid, that we need more battery backups for the power grid, because the power grid gets to the point where it can't handle the load. And so this is where they started with virtual power plants, and they essentially produce their own power with the solar panels, and they buy electricity if needed at the cheap times, like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then they store it, and then they sell it back. So they make money off of that. Trouble is they need places to put their stuff. So that's where we come in. So for the inconvenience of having solar panels and batteries, we get cheap electricity and 24/7 backup.
That's awesome.
And I think that's a great trade-off.
That's totally fair. Yeah, and I'm sure you had looked into, because I know that you said, had you guys had power outages in the past?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have, 1 week we had 3 power outages for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Not long enough to set up my generator. but long enough to be an irritant, and having to go reset all the clocks and reset my air conditioning. And then there's the big power outages, like back in the freeze of 22, I think it was 22. And then the hurricane, and those seem like we just can't do anything about. And so having the batteries in the house would definitely have made our lives a lot better.
That's great. So you guys have a generator, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a whole house generator set up that I installed myself.
Yeah.
And never actually had a good chance to use it because the last significant outage we had was like last year. And so all we've had is these little, like less than an hour outages. And so it's not worth setting up your generator.
So for someone who's considering buying a Generac or a full home generator versus investing in VPP Texas, how do you compare the two options?
Well, VPP Texas doesn't cost me anything. Generacs can cost anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000 for a full setup, and you may only use it once a year. So, and they're really only good for like 5 years. So you get 5 uses out of your $20,000 investment, and then they're trying to get you to upgrade or replace it. And plus you got to do the monthly maintenance, and that's just a pain.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What about the VPP Texas offer? So once you clicked on everything, what about the VPP Texas offer told yourself that this is the company I want to go with, this is the deal that I want to go with?
They don't have any fees. Other people can have like annual fees or even monthly fees for the service. And so I thought zero was better.
Makes sense.
So that was, and I didn't see any ads for the other companies until after I had met with VPP Texas. So there wasn't really any competitive between them. But they did point out some of the other companies, so I was able to look them up and decide that VPP Texas was a better deal.
As many do. And going off of that, did you have anything else to comment about?
Well, I had never really realized just how long the process takes. I mean, you have to be patient. You got to deal with CenterPoint. You got to deal with the county. You got to deal with the HOAs. The HOA was probably the worst. So, if you want to do it, get started early.
True.
And you got to keep pushing them.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, they'll drag.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, but that was probably the most frustrating part of the whole process, was getting the HOA approval.
Well, I mean, once everything is, you got your installation, once everything is fully switched on, what about the service are you most excited for?
Well, I mean, saving $600 a year is good. But I'm more excited about the zero delay battery backup thing, because it's just so frustrating to have everything just boom, and then 15 minutes later, oh yeah, and then the next day goes down again. And you just want to go find somebody at CenterPoint and punch them, but getting rid of that is probably the best part of the thing.
Oh yeah. No more beeping microwave clocks.
Oh yeah, or my battery backup for the TV and stuff.
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned that neighbors had already come by. There are other neighbors around here that were wondering if they should look into VPP Texas service. What highlights would you go over with them?
Well, I would just explain the benefits, and I don't know. That's pretty much it. It's all benefits for me. So there's not really any downside except for maybe having to go with 1 day of mess during the installation. Cardboard boxes everywhere. But it's, I'm excited about it. My wife is still kind of, but I think once she once she realizes that we won't have any more outages, she'll be a lot more excited about it.
Definitely.
Especially when a storm comes rolling through and she goes, "Are we going to lose power?" Half the time we do.
Yeah. Well, do you have any other final comments?
I'm excited about telling the rest of my friends and stuff about this, because I'm sure a lot of people would like to have a zero cost, constant, or battery backup and cheaper power. It's we get to see your benefits up front, as opposed to going through the whole solar and battery routine, trying to buy it and not really seeing a profit for 11 years. Oh, plus, if we sell our house, it's a significant boost to our selling price.
Absolutely.
Probably get like an extra $5,000-10,000 out of the selling price.
Yep. Congratulations, William, on getting everything installed, and look forward to getting everything turned on. That's all we have for you guys today. But
Okay.
appreciate your time.
That was fun.